Once upon a time, in a serene village nestled at the foot of a mountain, lived a young man named Arun. Arun was troubled and dissatisfied with his life. He often complained about his poor financial state, weak health, and unhappy relationships. No matter what he tried, he felt stuck, as if life had conspired against him. One day, he heard that the great Buddha was visiting a nearby forest. Known for his profound wisdom and ability to bring peace to troubled minds, Buddha attracted seekers from all walks of life. Determined to find answers to his problems, Arun set out to meet him. When Arun reached the gathering, he saw Buddha seated under a large Bodhi tree. His calm demeanor and gentle smile radiated peace. Arun waited patiently for his turn and then approached Buddha. "Revered one," Arun said, bowing respectfully, "my life is filled with suffering. I have no wealth, my health is poor, and my relationships are strained. Please guide me on how I can change my situation and live a happy and healthy life." Buddha listened with compassion and said, "Sit down, my friend, and let me share a story with you." Arun sat cross-legged on the grass, eager to hear the Buddha's words. The farmer and his plight. Once, there was a farmer who owned a small piece of land. He often lamented his fate, saying, "My crops never grow well. The weather is either too dry or too wet. My neighbors have more fertile land, and my family complains about the little I earn." One day, the farmer came to me, much like you have today, and asked, "What can I do to change my luck?" I told him, "The world outside reflects the state of your mind. If you wish to change your circumstances, begin by changing yourself." Arun interrupted, "But how does one change oneself when the world around them seems so unfair?" Buddha smiled and continued, "Let me explain with 3 simple steps. Each step has a story and a practice. Listen carefully. 1. Accept reality and take responsibility." Buddha began, "Imagine you are holding a jar filled with muddy water. The more you shake it, the murkier it becomes. But if you set it down and allow it to settle, the mud sinks to the bottom and the water becomes clear." Likewise, to change your life, you must first stop resisting reality and accept it as it is. When you stop blaming others or circumstances, you gain clarity to take responsibility for your actions. Arun nodded, and Buddha continued. The farmer, upon reflecting, realized that he blamed the weather, his land, and his family, but never considered his own role in his plight. He decided to accept his situation and focus on what he could control. Practice this. Each night, write down one thing you blame others for. Then ask yourself, what can I do differently to improve this? Acceptance is the first step toward change. 2. Cultivate positive habits. Buddha leaned forward slightly. Once the farmer accepted responsibility, I taught him the power of small, positive actions. I told him, if you wish to grow strong crops, start by planting good seeds and nurturing them daily. In your life, happiness and health come from the habits you cultivate. For example, if you wish to improve your health, start by walking for 10 minutes each day. If you desire better relationships, begin by speaking kindly to those around you. Small efforts, repeated consistently, lead to big changes. Arun frowned. But what if I fail? I've tried changing before, but I always go back to my old ways. Buddha's eyes twinkled. Failure is not the end, but a lesson. Think of a baby learning to walk. They stumble and fall many times before they take their first steps. Likewise, if you falter, reflect on what went wrong and try again. Each attempt brings you closer to success. Practice this. Choose one small habit to build and commit to it for 1 week. Celebrate even the smallest progress. Success is built on consistency, not perfection. 3. Shift your perspective. Buddha then picked up a fallen leaf and held it in his hand. Do you see this leaf? To one person, it might seem useless, but to another, it is a sign of the changing seasons, reminding them of life's beauty. Perspective shapes how we experience life. The farmer used to view his land as barren and cursed. But when he began appreciating its potential, he discovered ways to improve it. He learned new farming techniques, worked with his neighbors, and even found joy in his daily labor. Buddha paused and said, If you view your challenges as opportunities to grow, your life will transform. A healthy mind sees the silver lining in every cloud. Arun thought for a moment, but how do I change my perspective when negative thoughts keep coming? Buddha said, feed your mind with positivity. Surround yourself with uplifting people, read inspiring books, and practice gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful tool to shift your perspective. Practice this. Each morning, write down 3 things you are grateful for. Let gratitude fill your heart and transform how you see the world. The path forward. Buddha concluded, remember, Arun, life will not change overnight. But with acceptance, positive habits, and a shift in perspective, you will see steady progress. The farmer who once complained about his fate eventually became the most prosperous and joyful man in his village. Not because his land changed, but because he changed. Arun felt a wave of hope wash over him. Thank you, revered one. I will start today. Buddha smiled. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Take that step with courage and faith, and you will find happiness and health. Arun bowed deeply and returned to his village. True to his word, he began practicing what Buddha had taught him. Day by day, he saw small improvements. His health improved as he adopted better habits. His relationships became warmer as he spoke with kindness. And most importantly, his mind grew peaceful as he learned to embrace life with gratitude. Over time, Arun's life transformed. He became an inspiration to others, sharing the wisdom he had learned under the Bodhi tree. And so, the teachings of Buddha spread, reminding everyone that true change begins within. Moral of the story. Happiness and health are within reach when we accept reality and take responsibility. Cultivate positive habits. Shift our perspective and practice gratitude. By taking small, consistent steps, we can transform our lives and find lasting joy.